Hey guys, today we are gonna watch another game from Vaul's Random Race Invitational Tournament. As I've said, I've only got one more game from that tournament. Played between Atro and Anezti and again sfto LeRagpicker. Probably, or at least considered, one of the best games in this matchup, Necrons and Space Marines. In the left hand side we have sfto LeRagpicker with Necrons. Goes full scarabs at the beginning, the right option on this map. Necron Warriors, Necron Lord, Necron Warriors. Standard. Very standard and safe. Opening from Necron. In the right hand side, Atro and Anezti with Space Marines. And we have opening with Chapel Barracks and Armory. Now, is that a good option? Against Necrons, I wouldn't say so. Strange choice from Anezti, knowing the matchup. If you put good pressure on Necron on this map at the start, he's dead. And Anezti opens with Armory, which won't allow him to properly pressure Necron. And he probably will go for Assault Marine squad, yeah. Well, I would already say this is not the right way to play against Necrons, at least on this map. Maybe you can do that, but not here. Yeah, well, still, not everything is lost for Anezti anyway. I mean, on this map you can basically do anything and still be able to win. It also depends a lot on what Necron will do. Here we have the Scarabs, and they bait these Assault Marines. Yeah, wins also a lot of time with these Scarabs. He won't be able to decap any point though. It just distracts attention of the Space Marine player. 50-0 economy. And it was a only 2 scout opening for this map. Yeah. I'm sorry, maybe I am pointing too much at the Space Marines' mistakes or bad decisions from the beginning, but it really decides a lot on how the Space Marine starts this matchup. So, criticizing such moments and pointing out maybe not the best decision making is worth it, maybe it will help you. And we have an unfinished generator from LeRagpicker. Very unfortunate for him, he probably will not notice this for a long time. I recall watching this game a long time ago, and I think this generator won't get built for a long time. Necron Lord hunting this Assault Marine squad, while having a turret in the base and just harassing with the Necron Lord the other side would be a better thing, in my opinion again. Necron Lord can't really deal with Assault Marines, they are moving all the time. They will simply not fight Necron Lord, they will hunt for the Scarabs instead. So Necron Lord is not able to deal damage to them anyway, at least properly. He killed one Assault Marines though, also with the help of these Necron Warriors. So, not the best start from any of these players yet. LeRagpicker does not finish his generator, which is a big pain for Necron on this map. He also upgrades the obelisk, great job, he could have dealt some damage right now to these Assault Marines. Wasn't fast enough with this, maybe he looked in another place. 79-0 economy still. Why wouldn't he build a generator on this map at the beginning? Yeah, strange. So he will stay on tier 1 for a long time, probably. And no force commander yet out, he went for the Space Marine squad. And they are running around the map, not doing anything. They had to be in here maybe, and apply some pressure on the Necron already. And scouts trying to get the critical locations now. It was a pretty slow map control with only 2 scouts. I'd go for 3 scouts on this map against Necron. But I think in any matchup 3 scouts is the way to go on this map. There are so many points to capture. And if you get the map fast, 3 scouts opening pays off really quick. Assault Marines still trying to kill the Scarabs. They won't be able to do that if Necron will control them. And we already have the Necron Warrior upgrade for LeRagpicker. Good job. Still, the generator is not finished. I have no idea how can you miss such a thing. I mean, if the generator is finished, you can clearly see that with these lights burning, green lights. This one doesn't have them. Well, maybe you do not. If you do not play Necrons often, you probably do not notice such details. So it's understandable. Necron Lord doing some harass. He's already half HP off. Probably this Space Marines dealt damage to him. Tier 2 on the way for Anezti finally, but 98 to 20 economy for this map is not that good. By this time, Space Marine should have had around 112 at least to 40 economy and be tier 2. But really expensive opening from him. He went for armory, fast armor upgrade and assault marines, which aren't very effective in this matchup, I would say. Against our Elder on this map, going with assault marines would be really nice, but not against Necrons. I don't know, maybe you plan to go for a fast tier 2 and get those crack grenades on the assault marines and destroy generators. Maybe then it would be somewhat okay, but if you're just planning to harass Necron, it won't work. 104 to 40 economy now, upgrades LP2s during this time. And frag grenades. Also tier 2 for Necrons on the way. So the pressure was really low by the Space Marine on Necron in the early game. He only had the Assault Marines, and these Space Marines haven't even reached any of these points, of the Necron's points. Plus 80 economy for Necron, tier 2. He needs to finish this generator, but he does not notice that it's unfinished. Necron trying to decap the points. And we have a phase shift from Necrons on the Necron Lord ability and Phylactery. A good choice, good artifact. Two of the standard artifacts you would get on Necrons most often. A really good combination for the Necron Lord's survivability. Plenty of Necron warriors. If you reinforce them, they can fight this army. And Necron Lord should be tying up one of these squads, preferably. Anezti wants to fight in this heavy cover. I think he can win this fight, but now we have the solar pulse from Necrons, so the Space Marines cannot shoot. They could try and fight in close combat during these solar pulse. Space Marines can beat Necron warriors in close combat, especially when they have these upgrades. Force Commander also dealt some nice damage to the Necron Lord. He has to focus the Necron Lord, maybe even kill him. It's possible to do that. He has the hammer upgrade. And again Phylactery. I mean phase shift gets activated on the Necron Lord. And he does not receive any damage, regenerates. Until taken hold victory. plus 80 income still for Necron, not that good. He should build a big generator or go for a global upgrade. This fight's still going on here. Wraiths without upgrades also being used. Well, with the upgrade they would be much more useful and have better survivability. But even without upgrade, if you get the scarabs to repair them, they can fight nicely. No scarabs around though, so I guess LeRagpicker just made them to win some time, tie up some space marines and keep his Necron warriors alive. He keeps fighting with these 3 squads of Necron warriors upgraded and fights a tier 2 space marine army. I am surprised how these Necron warriors haven't died yet. They are being constantly reinforced. And we're 10 minutes into this game. We have 122 to 40 economy for space marines. A lot of float on energy. He should go for a global upgrade on requisition or just save some requisition for tier 3 and go for it.
Yes, my lord.
Looks like he struggles against these Necron warriors. He does not have the critical mass army. Now he has 3 squads and a chaplain, much better. Now he can fight these Necron warriors easily, I think. And still only plus 80 economy for Necron. No idea how he manages to survive with this economy. He needs to upgrade these wraiths. Just make that wraith upgrade, please. You have enough resources for that. A very strange game from Necron. Nevertheless, he manages to fight this army. At least he managed until now. Let's see what will happen now. He tries to build a big generator here. A space marine, if he's smart, he won't allow him to do that. I mean, this army, come on. You can really fight these Necron warriors easily with such an army. You just have to manage it properly. And these wraiths have not been upgraded yet. Yeah, Anezti gets really scared by the solar pools for some reason. He should just be fighting the Necron warriors in close combat during the solar pools. Do not run away from it. These Necron warriors won't deal basically any damage to these upgraded space marines with a chaplain nearby, so he has just fighting close combat. No need even to micro here. Yeah, Necron has to teleport away if he wants to keep his Necron warriors alive. And he probably will go for the second upgrade on the Necron warriors, that's right. Here we go. And tier 3 on the way for space marines. 133 to 40 economy for the marine player. He's got a very strong army. I mean, it could have been a bit stronger with the librarian and grey knights around. But even this army is enough now to destroy this Necron player. It's only about how fast will he react and go into his base. So far I didn't really like the management of Space Marine's army. He was running away from the solar pools. In these fights and also here he was a bit scared of it, I'm not sure why. This generator is still unfinished, very unfortunate for Necrons. He's got plus 100 energy income though. Needs immortals to fight this rhino, or it will be really painful. He also finally upgraded the wraiths. Seriously, finally. Makes more wraiths and destroyers. Yeah, Space Marine now really has to run away. There are too many wraiths and Necron warriors around. They also struggles to get inside the rhinos for a while. Have a destroyer out. And even more wraiths on the way. He will try now to build a big generator on this side. This critical location is not captured, so Anezti does not see that Necron will build a big generator on the left side now. Tier 3 for Space Marine, good economy, could have been better anyway. Goes for a Predator. Well, all he really needs now here is Terminators. Just make those Terminators. You don't even need the Predator. I don't think Predator is a really good unit for this matchup. Maybe on tier 4 with the tier 4 upgrades they are okay, but tier 3 Predators against Necrons is not really a problem for Necrons. It doesn't really deal that high damage, and it's possible to destroy the Predator with Immortals or Heavy Destroyers without any problem. Strange focus with the Wraiths, they probably are not even controlled by now. Space Marine losing a lot, will lose this Chaplain for sure, surrounded by Necron army. And finally we have a Terminator squad coming out. Now they will be able to fight this. The focus from Anezti, he does not focus the destroyers with these missile launchers. I think he wants to destroy the Rhino first. We have Solar Pulse again, and Orbital Bombardment was not casted. Looks like the Force Commander, no, he is still alive, and he cast the Orbital on this side. Nice. Now he has got inside the Rhino and the Orbital stopped. Well, there were no Necrons in this area anymore anyway, so no problem that the Orbital stopped. But it looks like Space Marine is in a bit of a trouble, he's confused. Looks like he does not know what to do now. 133 to 60 economy. He will have enough resources for tier 4 soon. Makes more Terminators. And I think he does not have a global upgrade. Or no, I think he does have it. Yeah, he probably has the global upgrade for requisition. 2 Predators. 2 Space Marine squads with First Commander, and Chaplain was remade, and Terminators. Now let's see what Necron is doing. He's got tier 3 now, this generator is still unfinished. Yeah, such a big pain. Hard to watch, hard to look in here. Painful. And he has built a second Necron monolith. Good stuff. Immortals are out finally. Well, 2 Immortal squads will be able to deal with these vehicles as long as they are protected by the Necron warriors and destroyers, also wraiths in here. Good army combination from Necron so far. It's quite a standard combination. And if the Space Marine is not focusing the Necron's army properly, this army can deal with the Space Marines. Looks like he's getting surrounded now. Only 1 Immortal squad. Focusing the Predator. As you can see, the damage is not really high from only 1 Immortal. You really need 2 squads. But if these Immortals will be kept alive and if these Predators won't retreat, they will be able to deal with the Predators. They keep losing HP. Crazy fight here. Anezti does not want to micro his army. He's just fighting in this corner. Well, if he will try to retreat, he probably will lose most of this army anyway while retreating. So he really got caught off guard here without a Rhino. Very unfortunate situation for Anezti right there. He saw this big generator probably. Yeah, he sees it. But he needs to fight the Necrons now. He cannot go and destroy it. A Tempest or two could have helped destroying it. This Space Marine army is still fighting strong. We have Assault Terminators and Terminators. Chaplain fighting in close combat the Necron warriors. He also got damaged by the Destroyer. No Librarian was made and no Grey Knights. I mean, when you see such a big Necron warrior mass, the Grey Knights is one of the first thing you have to do. Their ability really melts down the Necron warriors. So yeah, the decision making from the Space Marine in this game was a bit awkward, at least. And we have the restored monolith from LeRagpicker. Great job! Finally he managed to improve his economy, 154. Looks like he's got, well, probably only one global upgrade, but with this big generator his economy is just fine. Necron monolith was teleported right into the pit of this fight. Orbital got casted on it, but it won't get destroyed. It will lose a bit of HP, but not get destroyed. Too many Necrons around, so he can cover the monolith. And Space Marine loses most of his army. Crazy, crazy game. Very unusual game, but somewhat crazy. I mean, obviously, none of the players were playing like really good, but the game came out to be such interesting because of the strange decision making from both of the players and strange things that happened. A really non-standard game from the Space Marine side, while LeRagpicker tried to be creative, and it works pretty well. He just made all types of units.
6 minutes until
It was close to a standard game from Necron, but it's not really standard. It's more like creative stuff. He just tried to adjust to what Space Marine was doing. Here we have also the Land Reader, but now gets surrounded by the Pariah and Necron Lord. And when Pariah gets this Land Reader surrounded, it moves slowly, loses HP, and basically becomes useless if there are plenty of Necrons around. Yeah, crazy game, interesting one. Much more interesting than it would be if Space Marine just must in the early game and destroyed Necron on early tier 2. It went to tier 4 fights. Not very usual to say tier 4 fight in this matchup on this map. Yeah, no chances for Space Marines. I mean, if you mess up your opening with Assault Marines, if you do not pressure Necrons on this map, and if you allow them even to build a big generator and not destroy it, you don't really have the chances. GG gets called and LeRagpicker wins the game. Looks like it was a best of 5. This was the 5th game in this best of 5 from VRI tournament. I've uploaded the grand final previously. And looks like people back then didn't really see Necrons winning. Looks like it was a semi-final best of 5. Interesting game, but as I've said multiple times already, I think Space Marine just did not have the right opening for this matchup, and that's why he loses. Usually Space Marine just crushes Necrons on this map, it's not hard at all. Nevertheless, quite an interesting game. It became interesting mostly because of how Space Marine played. A bit strange. Very close on units killed, a really close game. None of the players destroyed a significant amount of buildings. I think these were almost mostly listening posts and obelisk. On resources, I think it was quite close. Necron with a big generator managed to gather plenty of resources, while Anezti had quite a low economy for this map in the until middle game. He had a very expensive opening, not an effective one for this matchup, and the late generator. He only started to upgrade his listening posts when he reached tier 2. Well, good game so far, interesting one, unusual, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Leave your feedback below the video, a like or dislike. Thank you all for watching, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next videos.